3G's family, what's going on? It's your boy GMS. You know I had to come through and switch it up a little bit. We had to take out that old intro, bring in a new one, and you already know what time it is. 3G's family, let's go.
We them 3G's till we expanded. Got a fourth, her name is Binky. She didn't wanna change the four, so we still 3G's. But you gon' still see her and hear her on the big screen. Kicking game with Pac GMS and Pac G. Spitting facts and make you laugh, we the new dream team. You can't compare them other shows out here that's on the scene. Can't nobody do it better than the 3G's, cause we them 3G's.
Yeah, fresh out Minnesota, Milwaukee out in Florida. We your ghetto reporters, talking shit that's important. Educating your minds and putting the shit in order. Pull up that holy water, roll up right out the quarter. Pull up to the chat and Lorda. We legends like Richie Porter, but won't find us on the corner. Hustle off this mic recording. We stay locked in like solitary confinement. You can't buy this type of common sense that we providing. Don't need no topics, we can do an hour just vibing. No silence, we riding. That goofy ish not flying, no lying. It's just some real life ish. And if you looking for me, I'll be with them 3G's, bitch.
We them 3G's till we expanded. Got a fourth, her name is Binky. She didn't wanna change the four, so we still 3G's. But you gon' still see her and hear her on the big screen. Kicking game with Pac GMS and Pac G. Spitting facts and make you laugh, we the new dream team. You can't compare them other shows out here that's on the scene. Can't nobody do it better than the 3G's, cause we them 3G's, yeah.
Hey, 3G's family, what's going on, everybody?
Yo, what's up, GMS?
How you doing, Binky?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. Getting through the week, man. Happy Wednesday to the 3G's family. I see you, King Eternals, in the building. Will Stumbling is here. Triple C TV is in the building. All in the soil. Extraordinary regular nigga. What's going on, man? He said, why I get the notification after I click on the video? Because YouTube doesn't cater to us. That's why it's up to y'all to be here every Wednesday at 8.
Yes, they be hating on us, y'all, and we appreciate you guys showing up. Rain, sleet, or snow.
Oh yeah.
Cancellation or not. AP actually had to work tonight. And Packy's here. He actually just rejoined. Here he is.
What's the word?
Hey,
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can.
All right, bet. I had some technical difficulties when the show was started. You know what I mean? But I'm back at it. You hear me?
Hey,
Well,
that's okay.
We can hear you. It's all good.
Listen, GMS will tell you, like, before you had joined, before we went live, I was having all kinds of problems. He's like, what are you going through over there?
I was talking just like,
yeah, like my computer kept freezing. So
frozen.
Hopefully it does not freeze with my mouth open again like that. We're gonna
shout
see.
out to Elena Gomez. She said, love the intro. Hi, y'all from Cali. Shout out to you and appreciate you, man. You know, I did that intro I made literally a few hours right before the 3G show started. I made the beat, I wrote the rap, I rapped it, I edited it, then I went and made a whole video intro and then put that shit together and then sent it in before
It's
we went
crazy,
live.
y'all. Listen, I hit up GMS that day, y'all, and was like, you ready with this intro? And he was like, oh, yep. This nigga. yeah.
yep, I got it.
Get that shit on the fly.
Yeah. Now, I do want to, I'm going to, work with him to make some edits, like slight edits to the videos that he used in it. But I really love that song, and I really do love that video. I just want less of me in it. That's all. But
yeah, we're gonna make that happen. I gotta get back to editing that video. I gotta make a whole new one. But I will get to it.
I will give you my notes, and Packy, if you have notes,
give
him your notes.
Keep doing.
I know. He's like, just do it, GMS. Whatever.
We're gonna make it happen.
That's what's up. Hey, y'all. I see y'all HM3, the Trap Cat show. Check him out. I like his show. I have listened to it on walks and stuff like that on YouTube. And I actually saw you on Twitter the other day. It's funny. I run into people from our chat on Twitter. I just never say hi. I just be watching them from the
You
bushes.
just be watching.
Yep. I just be watching them commenting on people's shit.
Nosy. You nosy?
Touching nose.
Nosy as hell. All of them people shit.
Packy, I can't help it. I can't even help it.
I be watching people from afar too. I don't like to let them know I'm watching, but I be seeing a lot that be going on.
I be going for comments like a motherfucker though. I ain't
Do
gonna
you?
lie. Yeah, hell yeah, I be in the comment section on a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, I be reading the shit out the comments, man. I be waiting to find the comments I want to reply to and shit. The shit that I'll heart all the good comments, and then as soon as I see a negative one, I reply to it. Yeah, what you say, motherfucker? You dumb as hell.
Shout out Will, man.
Yeah, shout out Will for being on GMS Head about that intro. Make sure y'all like the video coming in. I wanted to highlight Hot One because he said that we get memberships going. We haven't yet, and I do think I want to put like maybe a poll or something on our community wall to just ask for like the type of stuff y'all would want to have in a membership, and then like me and the guys could talk about what they would like to have, like what they would like to commit to give people, you know, if they have memberships. Because I don't want to just have them just to have it. I want us to be able to provide them with some extra content for that. And I just, you know, we just haven't, the four of us just haven't sat down together yet to figure that out. But we will.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
Calm down, Binky.
I'm not mad, Packy. I'm not. I mean, honestly, like we're all busy. I mean, Packy obviously, you know, has a family to take care of, a growing family. He's a busy working man. GMS be working plus doing his content. AP obviously, like tonight, picks up hours. He's working, traveling, whatever. And then I work a lot too. So we just gotta bring it together.
That's all. We'll get it together.
Yeah.
I just want to say, shout out to another sold out night for Kendrick Lamar and SZA on the GNX tour
in Atlanta, right?
They got to quit the narratives, man. The narratives got to cease because it's looking crazy out here for a lot of people that's fighting against that, man.
What are they saying?
They tried to say nobody, like this how the timeline went. First they said wasn't nobody gonna show up to a stadium to watch Kendrick and SZA. All right, cool. We'll wait till that happens. Then when that happens, he sells out the first night here in my hometown. Then when it went from there to right before the concert happened, they selling tickets for 60% off, 80% off. They trying to do blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, do y'all not know how it goes for these shows? Bars. Scalpers will take them tickets, hike the price, and then put a percentage on how much they took off it. We selling it for 80%, and you still paying base or if not more than what you would normally pay for an actual regular general admission ticket. But because they see the advertisements, they're trying to latch on to certain things to use as, you know, a gotcha moment, like, this ain't happening. Then when it actually did go down and they see that the entire stadium is filled up, then it's UMG is putting AI in the pictures and videos. It's not really filling. It's like, come on, man.
It's ridiculous.
Y'all quit eating the dick, man. Drake does not care that much. I'm telling you, he only cares enough to try to get his own label the fuck up out of here. You don't get, he's not caring about the other shit y'all talking about. It'll help him, he thinks, for like the narrative, like his fans really trying to ride for him. But at the end of the day, man, the facts is facts. And if y'all just running off delusion, y'all niggas just look stupid.
You know what's crazy about that, y'all? Like, I didn't realize that men, like straight men, were stands like that. Like, because I had been so used to being in like the female rap, you know, like
the
following
Beehives and the Barty Gang.
Yeah, like shit. Barty Gang, the Barbs, you know, the Navy is Rihanna's, you know, and then we have Beehive. That most of the people in those stan groups are gay men and women. You know what I'm saying? So I'm so used to that fighting. I did not realize straight men be so connected to an artist that they want to fight people and argue and create narratives. I had no idea until this Drake and Kendrick thing happened.
You got Drake's #1 nut hugger talking about trying to do something to Kendrick, but I realized after hearing what all was being said, I'm like, ain't no way this dumbass little nigga's trying to get himself caught up like this. They trying to run a play, and what they doing is academics and top 5.
Yeah, dude, sweet ass.
Academics and top 5 trying to run the play. I see it early. They trying to do it early enough so that the Canadian government can latch on and do the same thing they did with the Schoolboy Q concert. When the beef was at a height and it was a bunch of tension, Schoolboy was supposed to perform in Toronto.
Yeah.
They shut the show down due to the bullshit. They trying to do the same thing to Kendrick, knowing he got 2 nights in Toronto.
What?
Yeah. He got 2
serious?
nights in Toronto, back to back. He's doing 2 nights, and they want to try to. They talking about, he's dumb as hell because he's sitting there talking about, if Kendrick comes to Toronto with no police escorts, nigga, how stupid do you sound?
Are you kidding?
Toronto with no police escorts? Why would you even? How do you think you sound tough saying that dumbass shit?
And what is he getting out of this? I mean, is this top shit. 5 that's saying this, or is this academic?
Top 5. Top 5. He said if he comes to Toronto with no police escorts, they're gonna have to be playing Young Dolph 200 or 100 shots. I'm like, bro, if y'all don't get this good, they really trying hard to get that government to say, you know what, Kendrick, we can't do it.
Man,
like y'all, none of y'all niggas finna do shit. Not even Drake got people trying to do shit because he know how niggas move. Come on, man. Shit is
what you was gonna say, Packy?
This shit weird. That's all. It's just weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like the era of music I grew up in, when niggas beef with each other, it was like people don't move like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
weird to me, bro. Like all it, even the new music that people be making and listening to, like all that stuff is weird to me, man. I ain't
right. Like you just want to enjoy the music. Like, okay, like, I like this.
And the shit, you feel me? I listen to y'all listen to Akeem Ali. I listen to bro. He hard, man.
Oh yeah, I heard about him. Yeah,
Akeem Ali, tough as hell. Him, Don Trip. It's a couple artists that I fuck with heavy that, you know what I'm saying, that people be like, man, dude, weak, but they really the ones that's bringing that, you know what I'm saying, that heat.
Where are they from?
Akeem Ali, I think he's from Mississippi, I think.
Okay, and, so down south, okay.
Don Trip from Tennessee, you know that, him and Starlito. They got Step Brothers 4 about to come out, GMS.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be there for that.
Yeah,
I like that shit, man, because I think people are starting to get that yearning back for just listening to rap for what it was, man, instead of like thinking about all that extra shit that niggas be doing, trying to make the subgenres of shit and calling it rap. Like, I mean, there's a place for it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing or nothing like that, because some of that shit sounds great for what it is, but
yeah,
I mean, for the most part, there's still a want for rap and hip hop and different ways of making that, you know what I'm saying? And people still enjoy lyricism.
It all sound the same. Everything that everybody making all sound the same right now.
Yeah.
Except for people like Benny the Butcher, 38 Special, you know what I'm saying? Conway, Don Trip, Starlito, people like that out of name, you know what I'm saying? Like they stuff sound different versus everybody else's. Even your boy Freddie Gibbs. Like I mess with Freddie Gibbs, you know what I'm saying? Like
that's
like, do y'all listen to Math Hoffa?
His music?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sorry, no.
The only reason why I asked y'all, because y'all did name a bunch of different people, and you know, Math Hoffa, he's not letting go of his hip hop dreams, right? We see that like his podcast is kind of falling apart. I don't know the status of it. I have no idea, but he keeps pushing his music, and so I'm like, somebody must be listening to this.
Gotta be listening to it.
But I didn't know if y'all were.
Tour. Then we'll see if somebody really listening to it.
I don't know. I feel like battle rappers make the worst music.
Why do you think that is?
Because they're battle rappers. They're calculated in different ways. They're not song makers. They're battle rappers. And it's not a diss. It's just historically, you can't find a lot of battle rappers who have been successful commercially in the music business, because it's just they go back to what they know, and it just don't sound right. almost like if you pay attention to that realm too, like you almost be waiting for somebody else to come on the track to like start rapping back towards a nigga. So like when Mac drop a song, and he rapping some shit, then the chorus come around, you wait for like
okay, what bro gonna
Charlie Clips to come on or some shit like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. But I mean,
I told you one of my little homies from Milwaukee, he a battle rapper, Bankhead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jeremy Bankhead Reed, that's my boy. He be battling Charlie Clips, and he battled a couple of them rap battle cats and shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I fuck with the battle rap scene, man. I like that shit because it just keeps niggas competitive and it keeps people creative and it keeps them writing and coming up with better ways to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the battle rap community.
You said Daylight be dropping some hilarious songs.
Yeah, he do.
JG says some are fire though. Charlie Clips.
Yep, just mentioned him. Man, what's my guy's name, man? There's another one. I cannot think of his name. What is his name, man? Somebody help me. Start naming battle rappers in the fucking in the chat. I know one of them gonna pop up, but he's real popular.
Who is this?
God damn.
Tay Rock. Who is Tay Rock?
I heard of Tay Rock. Loaded Lux. There we go.
Loaded Lux.
Loaded Lux. That's my nigga, man.
Oh, oops. I was trying to click this one. Okay.
Timo got a tattoo of who? What?
Hollow the Don.
Listen, okay, so LR Realist is tuned in, to the battle rap scene clearly. Like you guys,
I love that shit because niggas really be tapped in, and we be talking about like certain topics over here, but we can mention something random and niggas be knowing shit about it too. Like y'all stay well versed, so shout out to y'all, man.
Yep, that's a fact.
Let's get to it, y'all.
Sorry, I'm about to trying to return messages and shit.
AP in the building. He said Emmitt Smith is here. Do we have any jokes for him?
Oh, shout out to Jamie Foxx. Oh my god!
I am your conscience speaking.
Oh my lord. Okay, so let me ask y'all. Like, I want to actually start off talking about Shedeur Sanders and the whole draft situation that was going on. First of all, I want to ask you guys: do y'all normally watch the draft? Like every year?
I watch the first round. I don't watch after that.
I usually watch the NBA draft, but I don't watch the NFL draft like that. So
yeah.
Okay. So do y'all think, because I did see something that said that like the ratings were the highest in I don't know how long for like rounds 2 and 3 and 4 or something like that because of this situation. So do y'all think they're gonna do this more now going forward?
If they see that it's working. If they see that it works for the ratings and it works for their pockets, oh yeah. But they can't do it for long because people gonna figure out the trend. They're like, okay, why is this person getting held back? Why is this person? They see the trend now. So people at some point people gonna catch on and be like, we ain't even gonna watch that person. Whoever they holding back gonna get picked at some point by somebody.
But
they ain't gonna be clutching their pearls.
His daddy controlling in the narrative of where he go and where he gonna play and all that. But if you look back at the fucking Mannings,
tell it,
Patty, they did all of that shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. On my life, he did.
Is that the Archie Manning?
Archie Manning
was there, Dad? Okay,
man,
so he did the same thing Deion's doing. So what you think the difference?
There was no issues, no hell raising, none of that shit. But his kids went in the first rounds, the second rounds, and shit like that. You feel me? So.
See, it's crazy. Trust me. I wouldn't know. But about Archie Manning, I didn't know. I don't know if he was a superstar or not in the league. Was he like a Hall of Famer or something like that?
Yeah, from what I hear, like I don't know much about him myself, but from what I've heard, like he was.
What I know is that Archie couldn't hold a candle to Deion Sanders. So we just gonna say this: Deion is a confident person. And he showed that on his sleeve wherever he went when he was in the league, even after the league. And now he has prepped his sons to feel the same way about themselves and to carry themselves the same way with that same confidence. People hate that. And then on top of that, you probably got people that used to be in the league with Deion who hate on Deion, who see that his kids is acting just like him when he was in the league. And they're like, oh, we want to humble him. When we couldn't humble him then, we can humble him now.
3 or 4 days before Deion made his very first NFL touchdown, he got his first grand slam playing baseball, major league.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Deion, he's that guy.
Yeah. And then 4 days later, he went and played football and got his first touchdown.
Super athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So this was definitely. So do y'all think this was more about Shedeur and his own behavior or confidence, or do you think it was about Deion and humbling him?
Man, listen,
Both.
man. I think that they wanted to so-called humble Deion, but Deion ain't going for that because he's a real dad. He's a real black man. You feel what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna just stand by for nothing, especially when you got that kind of confidence and you know what I'm saying. Like, you know what's going on in this world. You feel what I'm saying? No, I don't want my kids playing there because I know what goes on in that institution. Of course, I don't want my kids around none of that. And that's all.
He getting them battle tested.
And that's all Deion. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna get mad at a father for doing that? Like, come on, bro.
Well, you see, he didn't allow them to put their head down. Much as discouraging as that shit was, because I mean, regardless of however how calm they were and still focused on the goal at hand, it had to have hurt a little bit to not get picked in the first round, knowing that you are first round prepared as a draft pick. But
and it's embarrassing too, right?
Oh yeah, it is too. That the embarrassment too. But I think the embarrassment is less than what it would be, given that they knew the situation, they knew what was happening.
But think about this, like all them other players that got drafted in the first rounds and second rounds and all that. Now they thinking in their head like, damn, I got to be better than dude. But he was the hype for everything all year, this year, that year. You know what I'm saying? Every game, championships they won, all that. But I'm going ahead of him. So now their head getting big and they thinking like, damn, I'm probably way better than him. But they not. It's just the system that these people playing with y'all.
And they doing the weird shit, man. I just don't. I don't respect it.
Out in the open.
Doing the behind the scenes conversations. They had the behind the scenes conversations, and they plotted this shit out to embarrass him and to humble him and to put him in his place.
Man, listen, I mean, they said they was gonna do that when Deion won the championships with them college teams, bro.
You hear me? I don't doubt it. I mean, well, before I ask y'all this question, shout out to OG Mont. Thank you for the 20.
Hey.
You know, we always appreciate your support. What up, Chaos in the chat? It's just our opinion podcast. That's our boy from Reaper too. I was gonna ask y'all though, do y'all think like Deion's legacy would have been a little bit different or looked at better if he had stayed at Jackson State instead of transferring over to Colorado? Or does that not even matter?
That don't matter.
No,
I don't think it matters.
I think as a matter of fact, I think the transition also is what got people feeling some type of way about him because they probably would have preferred him to stay there. They probably would have preferred him to try to keep him at that level. But he didn't want to be at that level. He wanted to succeed in other places in a bigger stage, and he knew he could. And he knew that his sons could.
And so he went big.
Having that confidence, it buries people who are afraid to show that. The people who are scared to show that confidence, the people who are too afraid to wear their confidence on their sleeve because they believe in themselves. People who never believe in themselves get mad at seeing other people do that because they wondering, how does this person have enough confidence to walk around like that? Yeah,
GMS. And that's what, like, it bring out a lot of hating people because when you boss up and you're not up underneath their thumb no more, now they're like, oh, man, he finna get bigger than me. So they just want to keep you at that same fucking level down there. You feel me?
It's crazy. It's crazy how somebody wouldn't have the courage to show that they believe in themselves, but have enough courage to talk about somebody else who is.
You got somebody in mind?
You know, the college.
No, I ain't got nobody in mind. I ain't got nobody in mind. I'm just saying, generally
the college was mad at him too because when he left, he took his sons with him, and a bunch of other players went with him.
Oh yeah,
yes, they did. And I feel like that was kind of a game-changing thing, though. Like when he went to the HBCU, right? Because we had kept saying, like, why don't we keep our talent within, the black networks and build up those schools and get them together? But it seemed like, based on at least his feedback, the infrastructure just isn't there for those HBCUs. Like the facilities aren't up to par. Like it's just not well kept. and the money's not really there. And I guess he got tired of dealing with that, so he moved on.
Ain't shit. Like, why wouldn't you want better for yourself and your family?
Yeah, but I mean, is it possible that we could somehow build up those schools and get the talent to go there, or do you think that's just kind of like a lost cause at this point?
I mean, I think we should keep them going as far as education goes, but as far as the talent goes, a lot of kids get scouted and drafted from other places without even going to school a lot of times.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, shout out to Shedeur. I did see though that him dropping so low down in the drafts that it cost him like $40 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not that he's not broke. He's rich even as, a college player, but that's a lot of money to lose out on because somebody, want to humble you. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think about $40 million potentially him losing just because of his placement in the draft?
Man, listen, man. What can you do?
He doesn't seem too terribly upset about it, but
when you got elite everything, what you gonna do?
Them NILs really and other checks that he got for being the player that he was, and because of the name behind him, it seemed like he was doing pretty well for himself before he got drafted. But I think it's still a low ball. I think that's still something that should be paid attention to, regardless of what he has already. I think that's another thing. They're like, oh, he already has it. Like, people hate to see black men be successful already or to have it before they even get more opportunities to have more. Niggas think that you have enough, but they never say that about them other billionaire niggas like Elon Musk and shit. As
they don't never say that about
pumping
them.
Teslas, niggas gonna be like, go ahead and keep making money.
Motherfuckers been rich all their life.
That's true. They have. And Jared said, way it's going, he'll make it back in endorsements, which I could see that too. Right. I mean, I saw them putting him all over, like, websites, on Twitter, everything with his jersey on, his Browns jersey. So, they're about to make some money off of him regardless.
You could tell niggas is hating because all they did was post a video of him working out today with the Browns, or at the Browns facility. And they're like, oh man, this is like they're giving him the worst marketing ever. The worst marketing, nigga, is just working out. Nigga, he's in the NFL now. Niggas let him run up and down the hill. Goddamn. The fuck,
like they want to
every reason to get mad.
Shit.
Right. Oh, why are they videotaping an NFL player working out who just got drafted?
Tomorrow type looking at us.
Niggas
like,
dumb as hell.
Let's start a game tomorrow. Who we're gonna put him up against? Let's put the Browns.
Right.
Well, hopefully he does well in the NFL and he's not a bust like some other people, like Tebow, like fucking what's the other one, Johnny Football. Hopefully Shedeur goes in there and balls his ass off, and hopefully. We'll see what happens with him. Okay. So I do want to talk to y'all. I actually saw an interesting tweet from Russ. Y'all know the rapper Russ, the white guy. He had made a tweet about Spotify and like the music industry. And he was saying that he's always tweeting about the music industry because Russ is one of those artists that is independent, right? And he's done it his own way. So he's very into that route of things and not the big label route of things. So he was tweeting and he says that he feels like Spotify should take the numbers and the stats off of their platform, because when you're looking at, this person has X amount of monthly listeners, or this particular song has X amount of streams, that is causing a lot of fake narratives and fake conversation to be had. But what do y'all think about, like, does he have a point with that? Because I mean, Apple doesn't have that. I think Spotify literally is like the only one that shows that kind of data to us.
It depends. I don't know. I actually wish more platforms would show its data and the things that's going on with it, because a lot of that shit is for show, because they know that perception wins. If you go to somebody, like, let's say we find an unknown artist on Spotify or something like that, or Apple Music or whatever, and you see that they have 150,000 monthly listeners, you're like, oh, why do they have that many listeners? It's gonna make you press play on something. You're not gonna go to the same artist and you see he has 5 monthly listeners and press play on his shit, because it's he doesn't have people listening to his shit. It's a game that I think worked out once they figured out the cheat code to it. Because once you got the era of people that was going straight to the internet and the labels felt threatened, or like different entities felt threatened, they had to find a way to convert that or take over that and capitalize off of it.
Yeah, and I can read you his tweet. It's kind of long, but basically what he said is Spotify should remove the public display of listener counts and streams. It's a catalyst for unhealthy comparisons. It creates misleading metrics like monthly listeners and incentivizes people to cheat so they can inflate the perception of popularity. Hiding the numbers would reduce the pressure to compete on an inauthentic metrics level and encourage a focus on the music itself. Look at Apple Music. There are zero convos about how music is performing on there or if streams are fake because you don't know. As it should be. It's nobody's business how the music is performing outside the artist and their team. We live in this weird time where everyone feels entitled to know everybody's business because of social media. I get it though, from Spotify perspective, having the numbers public makes it a sport, which it turns in turn drives engagement, etc. So yeah, basically like some of what you were saying there. So I don't know. I mean, I know that YouTube has kind of played around with the idea of not having like showing the number of subscribers. I mean, you could do that yourself, right? Like hide your subscriber counts on your thing. But I've actually seen things where YouTube themselves were thinking about even not showing that or having that anymore at some point.
I think it'll also help eliminate the people that care about the numbers and not making their art or making their music or whatever product that they have authentically, because people are too busy chasing the numbers. They're too busy worrying about that part of it. You're not worrying about the actual product that you're giving to the people. You're worried about, okay, can this hit streams? Like you're worrying about what type of video or how you can promo this to boost the numbers. They're trying to boost the numbers. They're not trying to actually boost the people that gravitate towards their music. I think longevity has got lost on people because they want what's right now. And a lot of people don't have longevity. You got niggas out here who we literally won't be listening to in the next 5 to 10 years, or, you know, going back to their music. Like, man, this was a time. Like we continuously go back to the era of the 2012s and, you know, that era, but and beyond that, we can't go back to the SoundCloud era type shit.
Yeah.
Because everything started to become repetitive. Now, I'm not saying that it wasn't a good era, that good music didn't come from that era. I'm just saying I don't think the longevity of that music there's no longevity to it. It's not going to stand the test of time like the other things that brought us to a moment. And especially because I think too, because of the different age groups and shit too. Like, of course, people in my 30s and beyond aren't going to be going back to the music that was lit to niggas in high school when I wasn't in high school. Like, they're going to go back to that moment at some time.
Nigga, I was just listening to motherfucking Wilt Chamberlain mixtape.
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain mixtape.
Yeah.
Gucci he had a mixtape? Oh, I'm like,
if you didn't listen to Gucci back then in the trap era, you don't know.
She said Wilt Chamberlain was in there rapping. How the fuck I get 100 points?
She like, Wilt Chamberlain raps.
Listen, I feel like I have at least one moment every show where I have a slow moment where I'm like, what are y'all talking about?
You got this. That was a square moment. It's okay.
It was. I'm sorry. It's like, Wilt Chamberlain rap? He had a mixtape. My bad. And it's usually you, Packy, that brings it out. I mean, like, you know, I don't know what's going on around here.
She gonna go back listening to Kodak Black 10 years from now, so she can feel her Floridian roots.
Listen, I know no flocking at least. I do know that. I know that song word for word down there. But yeah, and I think like kind of what we were talking about earlier, right, with the stand things like between Drake and Kendrick stands, like a lot of it, they look at those numbers so hard and they use that a lot in their arguments, but you're not going to have all this botting conversation, I think, like if you don't see that on Spotify. But then we do still have YouTube, right? I mean, and people are going to look at numbers on YouTube and say, well, how many, you know, views did it get in 24 hours? You know, so I don't know if once that Pandora's box is open, can you close it? I don't know.
I mean, sometimes shit can be too late, man, and you're gonna get, of course, those little bratty artists who want to see their numbers because it validates them. You know, like it's like with Instagram when people take their likes off. I think that comes with a perception. Like if you see somebody famous or you see somebody who was lit at some point start hiding their likes, you immediately assume, well, they're not getting the likes that they used to, and it's embarrassing to not have the likes that they used to. So now they're hiding the likes for their own self-esteem, so they won't care so much about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy,
Like,
because before social media, didn't nobody like that bitch ass no way.
see, that's the thing. You have somebody that'll go who to get consistently, 200 to 300K likes on shit because their shit is popping, and they go down to 50,000 likes, 30,000, 20,000 likes. And now they're like, damn, why am I not getting the same likes? Because your label was helping you boost that shit. And they think that it was them. Like, that's another thing. They be knowing the play. And then in that, because it makes them so popular and it gives the perception that a lot of people fuck with them, they start to believe that that's what's really happening. So when those likes start going down and them comments start going down and the video numbers start going down and they not getting called to do verses or get features or they not being able to book tours, now they sitting there like, what happened? I thought I was the same person.
That's a lot of pressure, I guess. I mean, I guess I like being a regular person. I damn near don't want to be on social media or anything anyway. But like, I've never been a person that gets a whole lot of likes or a whole lot of views on Instagram and stuff because I'm old. Like, I use my Instagram like Facebook. I don't like Facebook, but I post on there like Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a real like content creator on there with a million filters and a million switches and transitions. I just don't really get into that. But I guess for those people that is part of their business model, right? They probably want to make sure that they look lit so they can get some endorsements and get some money and, charge people. But I know at some points, these social media platforms, they do clean up, right? Every now and then, like YouTube, they all do sweeps and get out like, bad accounts, fake accounts. And I remember that happening, and Mace actually closed his Instagram because I guess he had a whole lot of fake followers on Instagram at the time.
He lost like what it was like 300,000 or like 400,000 people, and it went from like 1.3 million to fucking 600,000 followers and shit.
It was something crazy. I just don't need this.
Delete that shit.
Yeah. So
he said niggas was looking at me like I was like, man, I'm still Mace. We're not your little niggas.
Listen, did y'all used to download stuff off of Dat Piff?
I did.
Oh yeah, we dropped a mixtape on Dat Piff, man. One of the coldest.
Really?
I love that spot, man. Shout out to Dat Piff.
I used to mess with Dat Piff hard. I ain't gonna
lie. My gosh, Hot New Hip Hop. I used to watch. That was kind of like a blog / That was all kinds of stuff.
Hot New Hip Hop was dope.
Oh, what about live mixtapes? He's saying it's better.
Yeah. Y'all remember Reverb?
My mixtapes is better than Dat Piff and live mixtapes.
Oh, which one did you say?
My Reverb Nation. My mixtapes was there. My mixtapes
was better than all of them.
Yeah.
You download a whole album for free on that motherfucker. You hear me? R&B albums, hip hop albums for free. Shit, man. Listen.
Does anybody listen to SoundCloud anymore?
No, but I got hella shit on SoundCloud. I still got love for SoundCloud because that was the place where niggas could listen to your music for, you could put whatever music up there.
Hear all the new artists, the local artists, the underground people, and people you ain't never heard from different cities and shit, states and like that shit was hard though. I ain't gonna lie.
A lot of these places cracked a lot of people's careers off, man. SoundCloud, I think in my opinion, the biggest platform for that era to, catapult a lot of artists. We saw a lot of people get famous and create careers off of posting songs on SoundCloud and letting that shit do what it do. I think one of the greatest ones was Bryson Tiller.
Oh, hell yeah.
Bryson Tiller,
he popped up from there?
Yeah, he just said he started, he took a break and then he was like, he recorded Don't and some other shit and he put some shit out. And he said that shit started catching traction. And then like a lot of people, like if you really have a love for music and you really want to be an artist and shit like that, start paying attention, not more about how successful an artist is or how much they got or, you know, showing the shit that they achieved from being successful. Start listening to the shit that made them successful. Listen to the shit that they were doing that helped them push forward. Like this nigga, you were talking about Russ earlier. Russ said he dropped a song every single day for like a month or something like that, or 2 months or whatever, however long, but he just kept releasing songs to the point that shit started catching traction. I think that was part of the era where not oversaturating, but being consistent with just dropping music and having something catch on. So
I told my boy
Rico
that too. My boy Rico Love. I seen him. I took my son to the water park for Easter, and there with his kids and shit. So I bumped into the bro. We had a couple drinks and shit and chopped it up. I'm like, damn, bro, where the music at? He's like, man, I just be producing and doing all that kind of stuff now. So I was
a lot of people like to fall back because it's a bag in that. It's a bag in that way more than it is rapping.
It is though.
When you're a producer or when you the engineer or the writer, you get these credits, you get paid forever.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Shout out to Raw Dollar Carbone. He said live mixtape show love to me. 3,500 to 4,000 consignment every month, faithful for a year. What?
That's what's up.
Damn.
See, we need to bring platforms back. Like that's what I want. Because
music
I know.
if you want it, if you really want it, and you want to go out there and make something of it, I think it's important for certain platforms to get back to wanting to actually pay these artists what they deserve when they put the work out there. When you put the work out, and when you put the work in, and you have people coming in, you got traction, you got people coming in purchasing not just your music but your merch and all this type of shit. You should get a bigger percentage for that.
What he said, because people be out here really struggling. Like, I need to drop music and follow my passion and do all this, but in the meantime, in between time, I got bills, I got kids, I got car payments, I got goddamn gas, I got insurance. You feel me? So with me putting my feet down in the ground and y'all trying to help me get here too, that's a good incentive. Pay me some, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've dropped my music on y'all platform. Y'all give me a couple dollars here and there. Like, people will be happy with that. You feel me?
I think so too. And I think that you know, the way that like the algorithms and things work these days, I feel like it was so much more organic before, right? Like it wasn't just like, oh, we're gonna drive what we think you want to watch. It's like, hey, here it is. And if you search for it, it's just gonna come right up. Like they've gotten way too programmed, and I think it's kind of hard to find stuff. And stuff is all over the place now too.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like it's not a focused, area to go for things. So it makes it hard. Like I've contemplated putting out audio over on SoundCloud, but I don't even know who's over there or what's over there anymore. Because it seemed like it kind of died when Sony bought it, or what? I think it was Sony that bought it.
Yeah, that was a big plan. If a label came in and bought SoundCloud, that was just to destroy it. Yeah, because they need their outlets, because the people that they are invested in to help them push the music and to help those streaming numbers is the Apple Music and the Spotify and the titles and shit like that.
Yeah.
So these labels, they found a way. Yeah, they found a way to make that shit happen because they wanted to eliminate the platforms that were empowering artists to know their worth. When they didn't have to show up to the label and start rapping for niggas outside the label or catch a fucking artist outside at a club somewhere outside at a fucking store to start rapping for them and asking for, like, they didn't need to do that anymore. They could go straight to the internet, post their shit. Same thing with Instagram. Damn. Oh, you want to shoot a video? Get your guy that got the camera, shoot the video, find somebody to edit it, post that shit on Instagram, and then watch that shit go up if you got the people that fuck with you.
That's a fact.
Wow, that's true. And yeah, everything is just it's almost pay to play at this point.
This nigga AP said my great grandfather wrote Old McDonald. Old McDonald had a nose.
He was on some shit back then.
I cannot. Dang.
So long.
Yeah.
Coming in then, AP.
He said, "What a fuck nigga here and a fuck nigga there. Here's a fuck, there's a fuck niggas everywhere." Oh, McDonald.
I was gonna try to freestyle with you, but I'm like, you know what? That is GMS's bag. Let me not mess up his flow. I don't know where he's going with this.
SoundCloud removed all my music.
Yeah, he said SoundCloud.
His granddad made the OG version.
Yeah. All right, so that was interesting little music talk. I just want to bring that up. So now let's talk about kind of like the main event. Okay.
Okay.
So Corey Holcomb, our favorite thing that brought us together. I'll never feel like we can't or shouldn't talk about Corey, only because our audience started, or the 3G's audience, right? Started because of things that happened with Corey as far as
Yeah.
it blowing up. And so I feel like those fans of Corey's could be or would be fans of 3G's. And so sometimes we should touch on what's going on over there. We don't have to be on it for an hour, but we should talk about what's happening in that world. So as we know, Corey had an issue with Godfrey because he had spoken about it being reported that people walked out on one of his shows. Okay.
Correct.
Godfrey didn't go in on him, but he's, kind of surmised what he thought might be the reasons why, but he didn't think anything really of it. And he kind of was defending Corey. Yeah. Corey did take offense to the fact that he talked about it on his show and went in on Godfrey, right? Now he seems to have a problem with Godfrey. Now, Godfrey on his show last night responded, him and his co-host Akeem responded to Corey and what he was saying. Now, GMS, I know you watched it because we were texting.
Yeah.
we were texting last night. And I'm like, are you watching this?
What happened though?
So I'm gonna let GMS kind of recap it because I know he was talking about it on his show earlier. So tell him what was going on Godfrey's show last night.
So at first, Godfrey wasn't gonna try to respond. I think he was gonna try to let the shit just die down, thinking, well, if I don't respond to Corey, it doesn't need to go any further than what was said on his show. But you underestimated the fact that Corey has real issues with him, seeing as not only was what was said on Godfrey's platform, but also said by a Backdooria himself, Akeem Woods. So Akeem is the openly gay comedian on Godfrey's podcast, who's a frequent guest or a frequent host. Yeah. And he had some things to say about Corey that weren't so in the best
Should
light.
we play it? LR Realist is like, did they play that ish?
Yeah.
Play what though? Like the initial shit?
No, just like what they were talking about.
What happened last night? Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I got you. I'll pull it up. As I'm pulling it up, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna set it up. But yeah, so that happened. Corey responded, and then Godfrey ran into Kraig at some point. Kraig told him, or he told Kraig that he had love for Corey, and he wasn't going to respond, but he had to respond at some point because things started getting really disrespectful. And this is just what was said. Let me pull this up.
I was enjoying it because I don't know. I guess I'm messy. All right, hold on. Let me pull this up.
That's right. You said it right.
The top of the story today. I gotta bring this up. The news. Oh man, it's not. I don't even know if it's news, but it's played the fuck out, man. Mm-hmm. Everybody keeps coming to me and they're saying, "Man, what's up with your boy Corey? What's up with your boy Corey?" I go, "What now? What the fuck now?" I was like, "I didn't do anything, yo. I didn't do anything. His podcast is happening right now as we speak.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything to him. I don't know what exactly I said the last time I talked about the situation where they showed a video of people leaving while he was up there.
Yeah.
I said it could have been a section of the theater that just looked like people were going in the bathroom.
You defended him. You and Dante both defended him. He was like, comedy's hard, it's subjective, it could have been out of context. We all have bad sets. It could have
been like people just going to the bathroom or people being not necessarily leaving because he was up there.
Yeah.
And I said he's funny as fuck. I said shit like that can happen to anybody. And I don't know where I dogged him out. I don't know where.
You didn't. I did, but you didn't.
You snapped on him, which is fine. You have every right to do it, feel whatever you feel. I said my piece, and you said your piece as a gay man, What did you say the last
That nigga
time?
Don.
The
That
same
nigga
thing I
was
said
speaking
is
in
what
zest.
what I said in the comments. I've always said. One, I think Corey Holcomb's funny. I've never met him. I think he's funny.
Right.
What I don't understand is why a 56-year-old man
Hi.
is so obsessed with people's sexuality. He always attributes for black men specifically, he always attributes their success to being down low. He said you were gay. He said Dante was gay. He said Will Smith was gay. He said Shannon Sharp was gay. He said Lil Rel was gay. He said he done called every nigga gay.
So you
Pause
can't
that,
ever be
GMX, real quick.
successful.
And if you are
I got you.
successful, you're
I just called you GMX. I'm sorry. I got GNX and GMS mixed up.
Right, in my GNX with a bigger.
I'm sorry. But okay, so what Akeem is saying so far, right? I feel like all four of us have said at some point, like we don't understand, right? Why Corey is always talking about gay men, everybody's gotta be gay. But what do you think so far of what we're watching? We're gonna keep watching a little bit more, but I want to know, Packy, from you at least, because this is probably new to you. Like, what do you think so far of what Akeem, and Godfrey are saying?
They saying that Corey gay. That's what I see. I mean, outside looking in from a real nigga point of view. Listen,
He said straight like that.
G, listen.
No chaser.
Listen, I'm gonna give it to you raw. You hear me?
Yeah. Pause.
They saying he gay. That's what this gay dude is saying. The gay dude is saying Corey always calling somebody else gay because he's running from something because he's gay.
Listen, Packy, you know something? You have discernment. You're able to look through things because there's actually is a portion of this show where they do kind of get to that. But I do want to address I think Harlan said it. Oh yeah. Harlan Parker Jr. said Corey said it was a show in which they said he wasn't closing, so they were starting to leave because of that. And I do remember Corey saying that on his show, that like when people were walking out, that it was mixed up. They thought the show was over, whatever. And it's possible, but the fact that Corey just took it this far, you know, because they talked about people walking out, I don't understand. Now, GMS, do you have anything to add before we keep playing?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I kind of thought about that as well earlier. You know, certain light bulbs be popping in my head while I'm live, and you know, although it can be like a thing where you know you think Corey's bothered by the fact that people are walking out and people are talking about it. I think we all have been in a spot because I had to shoot him some bail because I've been in this situation before where somebody would bring something to me that they thought I gave a fuck about. And because they thought I gave a fuck about it in the way that it bothered me that they thought I was bothered. And the reason why I would feel that way is because it's something I'm used to. So in Corey's situation, he's used to people walking out of his show. That shit's been happening for years. People have, and that's not about the testament of, oh, he's not funny. It's that he has a certain specific style of comedy that may rub people the wrong way. If too sensitive, you don't want to hear it. So he's used to people walking out of his set if they get offended. And to him, that's a win. So the fact that people are thinking that he's bothered by it probably pisses him off. And he's like, "How when I'm killing it,
that's a win." You're right.
Because in his mind, he's killing it. And to his you know his point, the crowd that's there that is staying around for his set and laughing at everything that he's saying, he's killing it. So anybody that gets up and walks out is automatically viewed as too sensitive or they can't take a joke. So
so you know, and I could definitely see that being Corey's POV, and even like those of us that like his comedy. Our POV.
Because how you can't be a person that knows his style of comedy and then see that happen and be like, oh my God, people walked out of his show. Can you believe that? Like, damn, I wonder if his set was trash or people just don't fuck with Corey. It's like, man, we know what that was. And he got mad at Godfrey in the previous, the initial reason why he got mad at Godfrey again and went to his show talking crazy is because Godfrey says he does this to himself, which is not.
It's not wrong.
Inaccurate. It's not an inaccurate statement. You do this to yourself because of your subject matter, the way that you carry yourself, the type of show that you have a show that you love to reference to be the 5150 show. That means so and so, whatever he tries to, whatever 5150 means.
Means you're crazy, I think.
Yeah, he
It's
hangs on to that when it's time to talk about certain crazy shit that he said. But then when it's like this whole, thing where people are getting mad and walking out of the show, it's like that should be the same thing y'all hang on to when you hear about this shit.
Yeah.
The nigga's wild. He says crazy shit.
That's
POV is point of view, Marcel. Shout out to you. Yeah. Okay. Play some more GMS.
You're gay. You got it in the ass.
And it's like, bro, are we 11? Like, what the fuck? And then he goes around, he's like, yo, Godfrey got a gay host. That might mean he's gay. Are we 6 years old? You can have gay friends without being gay. That's stupid.
Hey, I said this nigga look like a zesty Grady.
So that's the point that I made. And then on his podcast, I was listening. He was like, man, I can't be around any gay people. I'm like, why, nigga? You scared you gonna turn gay? Because if you could turn gay, nigga, you're gay. Like, if you're able to turn gay, it's because you're gay.
Right.
So I just don't understand why he's so obsessed with homosexuality. I just really, really would like to know why a 56-year-old man is that obsessed with homosexuality.
Yeah, it
Alpha male nation.
Like I go, if you because they say, because one girl was like, well, if he's shitting on women and dogging gay, accusing and hating gay people, those are signs of down low men. Really?
100%. The three main signs of someone who's down low is if you're uncomfortable with gayness.
Okay.
You're misogynistic. Yeah. And if you're a big sign that people don't even realize is if you're a womanizer. So if you consistently have sex with a lot of women, but you don't form any relationships with them, you're using them for sex. It's because you're using to have sex with these women so people can be like, oh, he's not gay. He had sex with Samantha.
So just because you fucking a bunch of women and shit,
if the other three check. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you're fucking a bunch of women, but you're cool with gay people, then it's
okay.
But if you're fucking a bunch of women, you hate gay people, and you're constantly talking shit about women.
That's So,
it seems like you. I'm not saying he's gay, but
that is what you're saying. You just said.
No, we go fast forward because I want y'all to hear. That whole shit.
It's crazy.
Here you are, bro.
It's so crazy that he cares so much.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, behavioral patterns for someone who is deeply in the closet, overcompensation with heterosexuality, homophobic comments or jokes, avoidance of romantic relationships, anxiety around LGBTQ plus topics.
Everything, keep going because everything's Corey.
And secretive lifestyle.
I don't know about the secret part, but everything else.
That nigga eyes finna pop out of his head,
out his head, out the glasses. Them motherfuckers is on the lens of the glasses, right? Like
his pupils on the glass, nigga. Back man, reverse your eyeballs, my nigga. Is that what be happening?
I don't agree with all that.
That's the type of joke that Corey would tell. He said the reason why his eyes always bucking out his head because he always taking it in the air.
He's a dick in a booty ass nigga.
Yep, that's what he said. He's a dick in a booty ass nigga.
When you get your shit pushed in, your eyes stay up like that.
Everything else is Corey.
How you just gonna play that one line? Wait.
He was on that.
But this is what I want to ask you, GMS. Do you know where the part is where Godfrey just talked about the fact that he doesn't care who finds him funny or he's not competing? Because I want to play that part.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm an homosexual. I don't understand it. Where people come to see who they like.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers that come to see Chappelle, see Chappelle. People that see Cat, see Cat. People that see Earthquake, see Earthquake. People that see Bird, see Bird. People that see Sam Morril, see Sam Morril. People that come to see Taylor Tomlinson, come see Taylor Tomlinson. People come to see who the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Period, man. Nothing you say is going to affect my motherfucking ticket sales. No. Nothing you do. Yeah. Nothing you do. I don't give a fuck if you don't like my comedy. Please.
Shit.
You know, and the person that doesn't like my comedy, I may like their comedy. I don't
care if
you don't like mine. I don't like this.
Yeah.
I like your shit. You don't have to like mine.
Yeah.
I don't write my comedy thinking about you if you like my shit. Yeah. I really do not give a fuck because I know my style of comedy. Yeah. I'm a different motherfucking animal, sir. That's what the fuck. Straight up. My voice game, my physical game, all of that shit. Intelligence-wise, I'm very proud of what I've created in my lane. You know, when people say they're the kings of comedy, I'm the king of my comedy. Yeah. I'm not trying to be the king of, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. That's all I know is the people that come and see me leave going, that was dope. That's it.
Okay. I want to answer this too. Stoney James said Godfrey leaned a little too much into the I don't care speech. He definitely cares. This actually goes back to what I was just saying about the Corey situation and people.
Are we playing any more from this, or we can take it down?
We can take it down.
Okay.
That to me plays into what I was saying earlier about Corey and people walking out of this show. Mm-hmm. Godfrey really probably doesn't care, but the fact that Corey is putting it out into the atmosphere with his narrative saying that he's not this or he's not a headliner and all this other shit, you know, he attacks people's talent when it comes to not liking somebody. So now all of a sudden Godfrey ain't as funny as he used to be when they were cool. Now he's saying you can come open up for me and shit like that. So now you got people from 5150 probably hitting his comments and hitting his DMs telling him he's not funny, he's an opener and all types of shit. And he's like, I don't care what y'all think. And it's probably so much where he has to lay it down in that type of way to let people know he doesn't care about none of that shit. And he's very confident in what he's doing because he's getting booked. The man is traveling and getting booked to perform on different stages and getting paid to do so. And he has a demographic of people that like his comedy.
He got his own lane.
He does. And shout out to Might Lose Friends. I think you're new here, so make sure you like and subscribe. They said, I would agree. All comics care, but shit's personal. So, and Stoney James said, yeah, that's a fair point. So I'm assuming to what, like you were saying, GMS.
You can't force me to care about some shit that y'all think I care about.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna make me mad. So I mean, a lot of people don't even they don't think about that aspect because they just automatically, oh, why you mad? Because nigga, you telling me I'm mad about shit I'm not mad about.
Oh, just fine. You tell me this whole ass shit.
Like, that is infuriating to me.
When your girl is trying to tell you that she, like, imagine your girl turning to you and saying, "Man, why you looking like that? Is something wrong?" You're like, nothing's wrong. Nah, something's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Nah, I can tell something's wrong. Bitch, ain't nothing wrong. Now you mad because somebody telling you something wrong and ain't nothing wrong with you.
Yeah, and I think it's the frustration, right? First, shout out to Joe Thompson. Thank you for the 10, brother. We appreciate you so much. I think it's the frustration, right? It's like, listen, and we know how 5150 Nation gets down, okay? They have been in the 3G's comments harassing and talking shit. So I'm pretty sure they've been following Godfrey all over social media with their Corey sexual gay asses, you know, trying to stick up for this man. And so Godfrey probably just got to the point where he's like, fuck, like, I don't care. Like, leave me alone. Right. So it's probably not just Corey. It's probably the fans as well.
Go drink some distilled water, motherfucker.
Just chill the fuck out. But I like that point, though, because I feel like though we find Corey very funny and we enjoy his comedy and even some of his offhand jokes that he does, right, when he's just doing the show, he does seem to have like labeled himself as like, you know, the one that declares who is funny or not. And he sticks on that a lot of like, this person ain't really funny. I'm okay with this person. This person ain't funny. This person ain't funny. So I think it was cool that, you know, Godfrey just said, doesn't matter if I'm funny or not to you, nigga. I'm not doing my comedy with you in mind.
I ain't here.
You don't write your comedy like, man, I wonder if Corey gonna find this funny. The fuck? Come on, man.
Could you imagine? That sounds crazy as fuck. Even just you saying that out loud.
I think that's what I think that's what he's subconsciously doing. He want anybody who does comedy, who he got beef with, to think about him before they make a joke. Because he thinks if they think about me, they'll probably make a better joke to try to impress me and make me feel like I could laugh at they shit.
Yeah.
Like, man, don't nobody care if you like they shit or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, of course, they would probably be happy if you did, if they find you funny, but, you know.
I ain't seen one person that Corey beef with fail after they got into a beef with Corey. Not one person.
Right. Oh, my God. Look, Might Lose Friends used the word I was going to use. I didn't use the word arbiter because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to use it in the right context, but yes. That was literally the word I was going to use.
Comedy.
That's
the arbiter of
comedy. Word for
shit
to describe.
This might be a good. Wait, are we? We still got to talk about the Gillie shit. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
no, go ahead. Don't say what you're gonna say.
No. I was about to segue from that, like in a way where
we're gonna talk about Marcus or something.
Yeah, I was about to say because he about to record his special. You know what I'm saying? Marcus is about to record, or he did record a special, and it's just
Marcus recorded his special.
It's perplexing to me why he was able to pull it off, and Corey still hasn't. And I'm not trying to put these two up against each other. They're in totally different atmospheres when it comes to comedy. I had this conversation a few weeks ago because people was, we're talking about Corey doing his own special and having his own resources to do that and putting the special out. He should have enough material. He should be able to do an hour. He should be able to, put all this shit together and put it on the internet. He doesn't need Netflix. He doesn't need a big studio or backing from Hollywood to do it. He has the people behind. And people was trying to argue me up and down about how it takes certain shit. You got to do certain shit. You got to do that. You got to do that. Marcus just did the shit.
Yes.
So don't give me an excuse as to why this nigga ain't did it yet. Maybe he isn't confident enough. Have you thought about that? He's not confident enough that he has an hour that can give people what they want, even though he has proven that in the past.
Yeah, I mean, Corey has proven that, and like I've only seen him once in person, but he was funny as hell when I went to see him, and I would love to see a new special by him.
Low budget ass movies can do that shit on Tubi.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, the 5150 Nation will definitely support him. I mean, I'm not part of the nation anymore. They done been blocked me because I'm down with y'all, but that's fine. I still would support his thing though. Like if he did a crowdsourcing, if he did some kind of crowdsourcing thing for his special to produce it, I would definitely pay into that to see that happen because I would love to see him win. Shout out to Might Lose Friends. Thank you for the 5. We appreciate you.
Shout out Mike.
See, people can have their opinions and disagree with Corey or think that he be doing some bitch ass shit. But at the end of the day, we know that man got issues. We don't want to see him fail. You know what I'm saying? He dealing with his issues on live every Tuesday. So it's like that's the reason why there's so much talk surrounding his name, because he always deals with his issues live on camera
on the show.
So
that's why we feel like family.
They're like,
didn't we tell Corey we his cousins?
Yeah, y'all always talking shit. Y'all always doing. I'm like, well, you have there's a lot of negativity that surrounds that show. So I mean, the things that will come from that show when people talk about it is negative shit. So you can't be delusional to that. You can't be. You notice he hasn't said in a while, because he used to be like, why they always got something to say when it's negative, but they never say nothing about the positive shit. Well, you know why he hasn't said that in a few years? Because ain't nothing positive happening on that show. It's just a bunch of drama and a bunch of bullshit. He doesn't have nothing positive being said that'll have somebody be like, man, tonight's show was uplifting. Tonight's show really taught me some shit.
And it used to be like that. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. 5150. You can't even put that word in 5150 realm by saying uplifting.
Yeah, man.
It's not even like that.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not. It shouldn't always be that bad. You know what I'm saying? In the world where shit like that is happening, but we watching them go through shit in real time. So.
And he's allowing us to. I don't know if it's good or bad. I want to read y'all what Marcus his caption was on IG, because he did post about like what he's been doing the last week. And I do want to make sure we support Marcus and what he's doing, right? So he said 3 nights, 1 weekend, 5 taped shows back to back. Shooting my first comedy special was not just a monumental moment in my career, but one of the most challenging, nerve-wracking, testing times in my life, while at the same time, one of the most fulfilling, satisfying, joyful moments in my life. It had to be one of the most euphoric feelings I've ever felt. I appreciate everyone who showed up, everyone who performed, everyone who took part of this in any way. I express to you my deepest and sincerest gratitude. I had no idea this would come about producing my own special, but everything worked out as it should. I'm appreciative and grateful of how everything turned out. Everything was amazing. I regret nothing. Trust me, if you missed this one, you definitely missed one. The energy in the room was electrifying. through the roof. I'm completely satisfied with my set, and I'm hyped for y'all to see it after it airs. So once again, thank you. To put the icing on the cake, my pops showed up at my last show. This was everything it was supposed to be. So shout out to Marcus. It sounds like it was a great time. I saw Black Ron
Marcus
was on the stage. What'd you say, Packy?
Congratulations, Marcus.
Yeah, like congratulations to Marcus, and I like to see it look like people were coming out. Black Ron gonna support and be there for him, right, and back him up. So it was nice to see it look like he was part of it and helping. So I definitely want to make sure we keep our eyes on Marcus Special and when it's gonna air or where it's gonna air, so that we can support that and see if we enjoy it. Because I've never watched his stand up, so I don't know. I've only seen really the skits and when he was on 5150. So. Shout out to him. Yes.
And I just want to say for the record, I think Marcus has handled this entire situation the best out of anybody who was left, because he didn't allow the situation to kind of consume him in a way where he got discouraged or that he felt like he couldn't succeed without the 5150 show. He kept working. He kept building his relationships. And matter of fact, his relationships probably got stronger after he separated himself from 5150. And I think that's something he's probably realizing right now. And, I think, and maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but kind of seeing the route that even Zoe took, Zoe's live damn near every day. I think he is live every day. He's on KBLA.
On IG? Oh.
Yeah, on the radio. He's on the radio. But it's just like people realize certain things about the situations they're in and realize, man, I can do a lot better without this avenue.
Yeah.
I don't think he could have. I think 5150, when you get over there, there's a cap for you. There's an obvious cap for you. There's no exceeding a certain level when you become part of 5150. And I think the delusion comes from Corey telling people that he's this guy or bigger than life or he's a god and all this other stuff to make people think that when you get on a 5150 show, it changes your life. It may have a bunch of people that watch 5150 show up to your show in different cities. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to be calling your line to put you on TV or to put you in movies or to give you certain opportunities. Kraig is somebody who started to find himself in the space where he needed to get opportunities and be in movies and be on TV and shit like that. And as soon as that started happening, guess what happened? Last week, he started talking about how certain people started treating him differently because of his relationships with Corey. And he could be losing opportunities given his relationship with Corey in 5150. So it's like, you got to think about it, man. Are you doing this? What you're doing, is it for the love of what you're doing? Do you have a passion for what you're doing? Or are you doing this to try to be able to please Corey and his outlook on life and what it means to be a man in Corey's eyes?
Yeah, because the company you keep, if that fuck up your business opportunities, then that's you gotta nip that shit in the bud, my boy.
If you got somebody over here, that's not getting opportunities they want in life. They feel like they're getting blackballed out of the industry. They feel like they're not, being appreciated the way that they should be. If they start seeing somebody else next to them start to get certain opportunities, what they gonna start telling them? Oh man, you need to watch out for certain shit. Like you need to start, watch out for over this, or when you get in these certain rooms, these people gonna start doing this. Oh, it's a curse, or it's a problem when you start. They gonna start trying to pull you closer to them.
Yep. And before you know it, you're gonna be a dick in the booty ass nigga.
Exactly.
But I would not wish Kraig to fail at all. You know what I'm saying? I want Kraig to prevail because he put the work in. I think
Kraig is funny.
Yeah, he deserves a shot.
He does. I mean, speaking of Kraig, do we want to touch on that little moment that happened?
Yeah, let me pull it up because I need it to be seen because I didn't realize, last night that Kraig broke down in tears talking about a life-threatening situation that could have, something could have turned left, but he was able to make it out of that situation. And during that conversation, it was a weird response from Corey himself.
Of course. Hey, Mariah.
It's like a mix between whether or not you think this was something where he was trying to cut the tension or if Corey was being insensitive. So y'all got to let us know in the chat. Hold on.
You pulling up the video?
Yeah.
Oh, this smoothie is so good.
Where you get that from?
Tropical smoothie.
Oh, they got motherfuckers up here too.
Yeah, or no, sorry, this is tropical smoothie, and I got it's got like kale, and some other shit, and coconut water, some.
Right.
I need to give me some natural juice. What up, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Hit that like button. Make sure you support the chat, man. If you want to send a super chat, you can. If you want to help support us directly and not have YouTube take half of the earnings because they some greedy bitches, you can send directly to the cash apps that you see scrolling at the bottom of our screen right there, man. Support the creators, support the voices on this show, man. AP, Pac G, Binky, and GMS. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into this now. Kraig said that he had an accident that was life-threatening. He could have lost his life, and it shook him because, as you all know, he has a newborn son, and immediately that was the first thing he thought about, and it brought him to tears on the show. And this was Corey's response to it.
No, D, I didn't bring it up to throw you under the bus. I'm telling you always lust after Shannon Sharp.
No, I'm
we
just giving
even
a
said,
compliment.
Shannon, come on the show, smash D.
I'm just giving a compliment. I can't say that. Oh my God.
5150 OnlyFans. He's smash D. Yeah, that'd be cool.
D, you gotta have your.
Oh my God, Kraig.
You gotta have an A.
I had a rough week. Almost died a couple days ago.
You told me that.
Nigga,
Wait,
I'm
well,
real
that
serious.
was for real?
That's for
I'm
real.
sorry, but you know what? Because somebody, I didn't
Yeah.
see it. Somebody called me and I said, girl, he joking. Like I really
No,
thought, because he be
almost
kidding
died,
so
yeah.
much. I swear to
I
goodness,
was
a
almost
couple of people,
outta
I
here,
said,
yeah.
I think he's joking, you guys. Because I didn't
That
see
shit
it, but
was
somebody was calling me saying,
Yeah.
Kraig. I said, is he playing or is he
No,
serious?
hell no. I was
Oh my
dead
God, I'm
serious.
sorry. So
Yeah.
really, what happened?
I was going to pick up my son. I was on the freeway in the
You
lane
were by
next
yourself.
to the carpool lane, and I'm just driving, and I hear I get hit from like my back passenger door. I guess the dude must have fell asleep or been drunk or something.
What?
So my car started turning towards the left, towards the carpool, and then he was going so fast, it hit the front of my car and spun me out. And I didn't flip, but I did like a couple spins on the freeway and ended up on the side of the freeway. Like that shit was.
I am sorry to hear. I swear to God.
This bitch, man.
Well, here's the thing about what happened to you, Kraig. Nobody really knows the intensity of that moment, right?
Oh,
because you really could have been fucked up, right?
Man, bro.
See, I know what you talk about. I know what you talk about. You could have been fucked up.
Man.
I'm glad you walked out that motherfucker unscathed, brother.
I just want to say that's like a narcissistic thing to do. If y'all didn't catch that, he immediately made it about himself. nigga started referencing the time he broke his wrist on a goddamn scooter. Like, I get it. Some people want to relate to the story, but it's like, damn, Kraig is telling a story about some shit that happened to him, and he immediately was like, I know all too well about that. Look at my wrist.
There's nothing to happen to you, man.
That's crazy, man.
You could have had your son wasn't in the car with you?
No, I was on my way to pick him up. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that shit was, man.
I've had that stuff like that happen with my kid in the car. I've had many of really close end of life moments.
Yeah,
really close.
Yeah,
it only take a moment. Kraig, when you said that, I heard you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm glad to look you in the eye right now and say,
I'm glad to be here, man. Yeah.
I'm glad you're all right.
Jesus,
yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. That shit changed me for real because I just thought about my son. Like, damn, we just really, I could have been, you know what I mean? I just had to, I could have, man.
Yeah, I'm glad you still here for your son, but your son would have been all right. There's a lot of niggas like me out here that would have been there.
Here we go. Here it is. There it
Take care of shit.
There he goes.
Look, Kraig, come here, shouter. Hey, I just shut the fuck up, bitch. I know this.
Oh, wow.
What up, boy? How you? You phone? Yeah, you phone.
Hey, I do see him wiping his eyes.
That's what I'm saying. All y'all niggas who unfortunately pass, or me, if I pass, I hope a real nigga is fucking his mama.
Man.
I hope a real man is fucking his mama. That's what you gotta hope for, Kraig.
What?
Not no cake ass nigga
right.
to be around your son. How are you, son? what would you like to eat tonight?
Here, bro.
They fuck kids up. If you're not here, you supposed to hope a real nigga. Hey, get your ass up there. I'll beat your ass again, boy. Cook me something to eat.
Or you hope that she doesn't bring any guys home. Just deals with dad.
No.
Corey is crazy.
You don't want a woman to raise your son.
I didn't say
You
woman.
want a real ass nigga
Here we go
who wear
again.
pink hats and beige suits.
No.
Over there
Hi,
raising
Corey.
your son like a G.
Corey always want another nigga's woman.
Yeah.
Or baby mama. In some way, shape, or form, he is always plotting on somebody else's woman. He has always expressed that. It could be your girl, it could be your sister, it could be your mama, Marcus.
Your bitch. That's all
This
that
nigga
matters.
don't care. He just want some shit that he see. As soon as he lay his eyes on some shit, he want it.
That nigga said, I'm
We laughing at this because you think D is gonna poison your son.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
That's
right.
crazy.
If D
Yeah,
raising a son,
I didn't raise him, but I would never done it by myself, and I'm glad. Thank God.
that's a cap. But what I'm saying is this:
You weren't even around for your kids.
all y'all niggas out there better
Whoa.
hope. A
Whoa, what did
real
she say?
Around for your kids.
That's a cap. But what I'm saying is this:
You weren't even around for your kids.
all y'all niggas out there better hope a real nigga is fucking the bitch that got your kid. Because probably you probably ain't gonna be around.
Oh, that has a lot to do with raising your kid. That someone.
Damn, D.
D was hyped up because of the Shannon shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
He was hyped up about that shit. That's why she wouldn't shut the fuck up before Kraig was trying to tell the story. Oh, you mean somebody was on the internet? They said, oh my, and Kraig was really? Did you have your son with you?
That's crazy.
shut up, man.
But I mean, as far as like Corey joking about the Kraig thing, I wonder if it was like just lightening the moment or something, you know, because I did not realize until just watching that again just now, like that he really did like wipe his eyes, like his eyes were getting watery.
That nigga was crying.
So I think maybe that was Corey's way to just try to be like, you know, shake it off, shit, you know.
Yeah. You hear, shake it off. But it did bring up the conversation because it's, you know, he got into his wrist accident, had 2 casts on his hand, and then as soon as Marcus went on the internet, made jokes, it was over for them two.
Yeah.
Because he didn't call and check up on him. Now, I don't know if he most likely probably did, you know, call Kraig and to see if he was cool and whatnot. Because, you know, he said when Kraig said that, he was like, yeah, you told me about that. You know, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, it's not that Marcus. I don't think Marcus was being vicious. I don't think he was being malicious. I think he was just making jokes because he thought he could, and he thought they were close enough for him to make jokes. Like, you on the 5150 show with 2 casts on. How is that not funny? How do you not see the comedy in that? You're a comedian, a seasoned one at that, and you tell dark jokes. You're a dark comic. How do you not see the hilariousness in having 2 broken wrists?
Oh, I just see we got a Corey sexual in the chat. Let me pull his motherfucking ass.
Oh, what happened? Where is he?
Oh,
what is it?
Sir Nick. The only way you can make money is talk about Corey. Try me again. Let me guess. Y'all hate Tariq too. We actually don't make money
in
on
the
show.
Assumption. We never talked about Tariq on this show. We never mentioned that nigga. You are just ridiculous.
That's hilarious.
We do this shit for fun, okay?
Yeah, he said,
you know, we want to make money,
try
but
you again.
really
We don't know you, nigga. He said, "Try me again." What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't give a fuck about
no idea who you are.
I'm tell you that right now.
We just
you saying the wildest shit in the comments when they come in here, like they be taking the shit personal. Nigga said,
We got
"Try
a
me
whole
again."
lot of other revenues. YouTube ain't paying no bills around this motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we show up when we feel like showing up. We ain't hanging our rent money and mortgage payments on this shit.
Bitch, YouTube make money off.
Niggas thought we were sitting at home all day plotting and trying to make fucking videos all day and shit. Going live, nigga. We go live once a week, niggas. Niggas be at work.
I'm saying like, yo,
the fuck? Shout out to if you got a job in the chat, put a 1 in the chat right now. If you got a job, put a fucking 1 in the chat.
Do you have a motherfucking job?
If you think we making money off of talking about Corey, well, we talking about Corey right now. Pay us, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
You listen.
That chat should be full of ones.
I'm telling you. And shout
Y'all
out,
the one,
hi
not the two.
Kadeem Jones, what up? He said, hey Bianca, what's up?
Pay
I see
us
Marcel.
One like a motherfucker. Shit. I spend all my time at work, goddammit.
Man, listen, GMS, shit. I got a bed out there, nigga. You hear me?
Listen,
the only reason y'all get lives from me on Tuesday and Wednesday is because I'm off work those days, nigga.
You know.
I work every weekend. Y'all never catch me live on the weekend unless I feel spontaneous.
And that's the real on that.
Motherfucker, man.
Now I do want to talk about Corey being on $1 million worth of game.
Yeah.
Because I did watch that interview. And, you know, I do enjoy, I have to say this, I like watching Corey's interviews more than 5150 because when he's on interviews, he's just having that naturally funny conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And it always is good. It's always a funny interview. It's always something like even insightful, right? That he brings to the interview. So I was enjoying the interview that he was having with Wally and Gillo. Or God, I always do that. Gillie and Wallo. I don't know why I mix their names up like that. Gillie and Wallo. And it seemed though like they kind of set him up. Now y'all tell me if you feel like Corey was ambushed. Now I know that Wallo, right? Not Wally, Wallo. He does like to piece shit up all the time, right?
Yeah.
Ever since he's been out of prison and he's been on this very successful road. He's really trying to like speak life into people. Yeah. So I don't doubt that he does have that kind of heart.
I feel like his intentions were pure in the beginning, but once he realized that shit wasn't going nowhere, it was like, let me just laugh at this shit because these niggas ain't finna piece it up. He could have ended that call a long time ago. Them motherfuckers was like, we go get them right.
Anyway.
If we can't get them niggas to piece it up, shit.
Let's just let them go at it.
Go at it. Hell yeah, fuck it.
You know what? I'm not even gonna bring it up. We had a situation like that with 3G's family before on another platform. Anyway, well, it was AP and Meech, and they were on N's channel. It was good popcorn watching content because I was at work listening to that shit.
Me and Beach and AP and Beach had a good old time making some content, man. Shout out to Beach though.
Shout out to Beach.
Ain't no issues obviously today. Like it's all love today, but that was fun, man.
Listen,
I know
we used to kick it so heavy. Like I don't know if people remember. I don't know who's still around from the early days. But we used to hop from platform to platform, being in each other's comments. We would go on IG, be in each other's comments over there. We'd be on N's YouTube. We'd be on GMS YouTube.
Like, what is you on, folks?
We used to talk so much shit to each other.
Oh, man.
It was a good time. But I think that's what they did. So, I mean, Wallo called Donnell Rawlings because obviously Corey and Donnell have been going back and forth. It started because, you know, Corey being the arbiter of what's funny, right? In comedy was saying that Dave Chappelle isn't funny. For some reason, Donnell took that very personally and has become the defender of Chappelle. And then that's why he and Corey have been going at it. Yeah. So like they're like they're trying to piece it up, I guess, but it did seem a little phony to me. It did seem a little phony to me because I don't know if it's like the succession of events or like all these things keep happening with Corey, but it does seem like somebody wants him out of here. Like it seems like people are trying to catch him up and get him knocked off, like off the scene for some reason. Because all of a sudden now his clips, even when they're a little bit old, a couple weeks old, start going viral on platforms they didn't used to go viral on. You know, then he talked about being set up with the whole Christina Payne, you know, TMZ situation.
TMZ shit.
But TMZ and all that.
We still ain't seen a video from that shit. What happened to that shit?
I don't know. But do y'all think somebody's after him? Like trying to just run him out?
I think if anything, it's the people that he talks about. Like Think about it. That I believe it even more after this most recent shit with Shannon Sharp. We still don't know. I mean, I don't know if I didn't watch the video of Shaq allegedly speaking on the whole if he had something to do with what's going on with Shannon Sharp or if he was trying to pay to get information on Shannon. But I'm telling you right now, that shit happens vigorously in the industry. If you got millions of dollars and you don't like somebody, you're going to try to find something on them to try to put them under. And and the thing about it is, I believe that Corey has created so many different enemies that he wouldn't even know where it's coming from. That's why I was a shot in the dark. I feel like to just like to throw Tiffany Haddish out there as somebody to be, orchestrating this whole shit when it could be anybody. It could have been Tasha K. You suing her right now. She could be the one that got the connections to start getting people to do X, Y, and Z, because guess where Christina Payne went to talk about the situation? Tasha K, right? Yeah. So come on, man. Y'all, you got to start thinking about shit like that. And you can't be putting people's names out there, because if Tiffany wasn't some chick that didn't want to have to deal with the court system, she could have been took your ass to court or served you with papers for defamation by putting that shit out there without no actual proof.
Yeah.
Well, how would y'all feel if you're a guest on a show, and we've seen this happen before on different platforms? You're a guest on a show, and somebody you have a problem with is all of a sudden brought on to confront you, and you were not ready for that. How would you feel about that?
Shit, they better hope I don't take off on that whole ass nigga. That's security in that motherfucker. Shit.
How would you feel with the host, Packy? Like, how would you feel about the host?
Packy took off on the phone. He punched the phone. He said, "Bitch ass."
The host getting took off on too. Most niggas got to get it. I ain't
hearing what the fuck you on.
Anybody in there is a motherfucking enemy to me. You hear me?
Yeah.
All these camera niggas, the host, this bitch ass nigga that you brought here, nigga that you know I don't like. That's how I feel.
Everybody can get it. Well, I mean, what do you think, GMS?
I think they disarmed Corey a little bit because they were having a really good convo beforehand. But the thing about it is, it wasn't just that. Like, they were trying to bring up all his beefs. Basically, they were trying to bring up his beef with Aries. They brought up his beef with Stephen A. You know what I'm saying? He tried to talk about Will Smith, and they was like, "Nigga, we just did some content with Will. Nigga, shut the fuck up." You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep that plug over there. And then he got to the Donnell shit, and I think, like I said, I think genuinely Wallo was like, "Let me try to mediate this shit and put them on good terms." But then once he realized that it wasn't gonna go nowhere, as far as like that aspect of it, he just kind of let him roll because it was good for the content. And I even said at one point too, Corey got mad, but he kind of laughed it off. He was talking a lot, and Corey was like, "Damn, he just took over the interview." Like,
yeah, like you could tell he was kind of bothered by that, because that was some bullshit. Alma Dixon Sider said, "I feel like that time Matt Hoffa walked in on Heineken and Esso at Angela Yee's." Yeah, that was one that I had in mind. When I was talking about like this keeps happening, where I'm a guest on your show. I'm here to be interviewed or kick it or talk about whatever we talking about, and some motherfucker that I have a problem with walks in the room or calls in, and now all of a sudden we're spending 30 minutes with me going back and forth with this person when I didn't come here to go back and forth with anybody.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't even go to none of them interviews by myself, solo dolo. I'm gonna have a bunch of niggas with me. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, "Damn, bro, why you got all these niggas with you?" Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Sit down and do this interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like, I feel Corey, in being irritated with that, because it definitely was showing, like you say, he's like, "Damn, y'all just keep talking to him." And I think that like even though he didn't do what he normally does, right, on his show, where he'll like name drop people and talk shit like I did with Joe Budden and stuff, I think he's probably gonna get to a point where he's like, I don't even want to go on like podcasts. I'll still do radio. I'll still do radio like when I'm in town, and I have a show that I want to promote, make sure people come out. But I think he's gonna probably pull back on the podcast just because they are kind of messy, and I think he probably wants to just keep it on his platform, if anything, or just somebody he's real comfortable with. Yeah. Because I could tell he wanted to talk shit about them, but something was stopping him, and I don't know what it was. But I think he's over it.
Yeah. Nah, I agree with that. I can't expound more on that. That's
yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna open up the phone lines for y'all. If y'all do want to call in and talk about anything we have talked about so far, I'm about to ask the guys just some random questions and talk about some other things. Let me get the number pulled up for you though. Oh, let me actually get the number, like the phone ready to take calls. Like I'm putting a number up. Like, is the shit?
I'm about to get some water real quick.
Okay.
Hey, I won't even lie. I had to Google, is it okay to drink distilled water? Am I retarded?
No, is it?
Yes, they say yes. It's just because it's distilled, it doesn't have the minerals and the different things in it that you necessarily need. So it's not really a good thing to like drink it on a consistent basis, but you can drink it.
Okay.
Okay. I never questioned it. I just assumed you could, but
the people cook with it, right?
Right. Yeah. I use it. I use it for other shit.
Bro, don't even worry about you. Good. You'll be all right.
All right. If I pass out on stream, it's because of the distilled water. Nigga turned into a swamp monster.
Oh my god.
Listen, man, I grew up drinking Milwaukee water off the faucet, nigga. I still do.
But is y'all water filtered, Packy, like how New York's is?
I mean, my water in my house got a filter on it. But
just as a city.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't actually, because back in the day we had some shit going on with it where everybody was getting sick, but then they fixed that shit, and ever since then you could drink out of faucets, out of water hose, all that shit. So I think all that shit fixed for a while. Yeah,
listen, our water in Florida is not filtered like New York's, or at least New York City is, or so Orlando. Our water is not filtered, so I have a cooler. Let me read what Raw Dollar Carbone said. So they said, be honest, these Corey beefs is helping everyone, even y'all. I found y'all through the beefs and be waiting for y'all. I'm glad I found y'all. Even my son watched. First of all, shout out to you for that. And I agree with you. And that's why, even though I do get some, resistance and pushback when I'm trying to just produce the show and bring in, viewers, I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And it is exactly this. We share an audience with Corey, whether we like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people do find us through that. He's not our whole show. We talk about him every couple of months. Well, the last, maybe this month, we talked about him twice. But usually we don't talk about him every week. But yes, it's a business, okay? The content creation game is a business. You got to drive traffic to get people to watch your shit. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I ain't ashamed of it, and I don't have a problem with it. So you right about that.
We don't give a damn.
We don't give a damn.
Fucking with us, my dog.
Yeah, and your son.
Yeah,
what does that say?
Yeah.
What does that say, GMS? Boy, I can't read. It's too swear. Oh, Paisley Park. It's purple. I should have known.
Nigga said,
"Oh, what?
Prince."
Oh my god!
Did somebody call in yet?
No, nobody called in. We just been talking shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what I hadn't talked about?
Why y'all niggas be scared to call in, man? Y'all scared y'all gonna hear y'all 7 o'clock y'all 7 o'clock shadow voice?
I'm so relaxed right now. Like
that was going on. 3G's.
Pac G, you're always relaxed. You have that cool vibe about you. You know what I call you, Packy? I call you the gangster with a heart of gold. Because you so street, like you so gangster, but I feel like you're the main one on this show that like sticks up for me or tries to protect me. Oh, and got somebody to call in. Hold on. Hello.
Hey, what's going on to the 3G?
Hey, who is this?
Yeah, this is JWright calling from East Oakland, from the Bay Area. What's happening?
JWright from Oakland.
Yeah.
What up, JWright?
Shout out to the Bay.
What's going on? What's going on?
What you going to say tonight, bro?
Oh man, fire show. But I wanted to say kind of what y'all was just talking about. I think, mark my words. Now I remember watching an episode like this on the 5150 show, back when Marcus was on his exit. His last night's show is gonna be one of the defining moments with Kraig on there, because you could see, you know, Kraig would be joking, but you could tell when somebody's serious. You could just see his body language and the whole, just the energy, you know. And I know, you know, Corey, you're trying to make a joke out of stuff, but like sometimes, you know, you can push the envelope. And I think he pushed the envelope. And I think that's going to have an effect on them unless they have a real conversation.
Damn, I think you're right, because honestly, until GMS replayed that, I really like missed that whole thing. Like, you know, kind of like his reaction to everything that was going on with him retelling the story, and then even his kind of reaction to the joking around about it. But we definitely gonna see.
That's a
and
fact.
then how he went into a whole another little monologue about if you was to die, then the real nigga, like
talking about a real nigga.
That was a different day and a different time, man. Like that moment, going to you to just be a real nigga and to stand up for your partner and just really embrace him.
And that's what I was saying too. Like he should have been able to, you know, at least assess the moment. Like he couldn't read the room. Like clearly that shit shook Kraig up to the point where, and we ain't never seen Kraig get shook up on the show where he break down. So he kind of, you know, it was probably more important for Corey to be there for him in a sense. But who knows, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Kraig thought it was the right time because he probably didn't want to shed no tears on the show. So, you know, he probably looked at that like, you know, Corey trying to look out so I can, you know, break this emotional shit. Nigga, stop crying. I'm here. I'm alive. Like, you good. Like, you here for your son. Let's, you know, let's laugh about it and move forward. But honestly, he didn't read the room, and he should have did a better job to be there for him as a friend.
I think you hit on a great example on your show earlier, GMS, when you broke down the correlation of the same thing with Marcus. I mean, it's like you say, hey, it's time when we feel, but when things are serious, and then you want to flip it. It's a big hypocrisy with that. And it's hypocritical. But
I mean, what do you think, JWright? Like, if whenever Kraig gets to a point where maybe he is ready to move on, how do you think he would deliver that message? Like, what do you think he would say to Corey to say, like, I'm not gonna be able to do the show anymore, or I don't want to do the show anymore? How do you think he would even say it?
I think with Kraig having that coming from a sports background and being a hooper, and me being a fellow hooper, and Corey being a fellow hooper, you know, we can get along with some irritable, asshole type teammates or people that we work with, right? So you learn that skill. You just pull them from the side in the locker room, like, you know what, man, I just think it's best that we kind of part ways. You know, I ain't gonna say he's gonna do something behind the scenes and might just exit and just start working on this stuff again. I think really for the last year or so, since his Kraig show kind of stopped, he used it as a platform to kind of keep his name buzzing and for his audience, you know, to make sure he keep his name out there. I mean, at the end of the day, Corey get 10,000 plus viewers every Tuesday. That means something. So I think he stayed in with the numbers. But I think last night is one of them defining moments on the show moving forward.
Yeah,
we gonna see.
And my thing is, I've been pulling with Corey since 2014. I ain't missed an episode since then. So I'm a fan, but I ain't a fan to a fault where I'm just oblivious, where everything he do is right. No, man, that wasn't cool. That wasn't cool. So sometimes people just follow. I'm 5150. Man, look, you a man first. And right is right, wrong is wrong, and you just gotta move accordingly. That's all I wanted to say. I don't want to hold up the line in case somebody else want to drop in. I support y'all. I got nothing but love for y'all.
Man, salute, my boy. Appreciate
you, partner.
Okay. For sure.
Shout out to the Bay, man.
For sure.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Got some good smoke out there. Shout out to the Bay.
Man. All right, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Later.
I think he's got a good point there, right? Because, you know, at the end of the day, everybody takes things differently. Now, we know, like, even having AP on our show, right? I told y'all when I was telling y'all about my dad being sick, he was like, well, you can get another daddy, you know? Like, you know, just, like, come off with jokes. So,
Well, even Chris P said, you know, he thought the jokes were appropriate for the environment. And I mean, like I was saying earlier, it is the 5150 show, and he does hang on to that moniker. You know what I'm saying? They gotta keep it in that realm. And also, I do understand somebody in a moment not really knowing what to do, but feeling like they know what to do in that moment and what was best for that moment. And he probably thought what was best for that moment was to start cracking jokes to cut the tension, because, you know, he probably didn't want the chat to see, you know, Kraig break down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So maybe he was trying to help him out. But
even if he took a hit for it, as far as like, you know, Kraig looking at him sideways, he probably was like, hopefully he knows my heart and where I'm coming from. Especially if they had a conversation beforehand. Because like I said this on my show earlier, it did seem weird to me at first, because I don't know if other people pay attention, but Corey has thrown like shots at the mother of Kraig's child, like over, you know, after they had a kid, like there were certain little slick comments that he made, and it's obvious that, you know, Kraig and the mother of his child are probably not together. I don't know what the behind the scenes conversations are, but it's like, for me, it's a different type of respect when it don't matter if your homeboy is mad at his baby mom, or if they got issues, or he telling you about their issues. It's not on you now to take it upon yourself to inherit his beef with her to the point where you start disrespecting her as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain things that you gotta watch. Yeah.
Right, after all.
So.
And that's their business.
And that's their business.
Business. You stay out my business, I'm gonna stay out yours. You hear me? I ain't prying. So don't.
Unless you open the door for that, because I also know niggas like that too, where it's like, you know, fuck that bitch. Like,
feel me? Like,
yeah,
you did it to yourself, because you should have kept motherfuckers out your business out the gate.
I agree. Now let me ask y'all a couple of questions. Now since we're kind of talking about, I guess, parenthood, right? We're talking about Kraig and him being a new father. I wanted to ask y'all how you feel about your parents, because I saw a comment the other day that made me think about something. And what they said was, when I realized my parents are living their life for the first time too, I gain more grace for them. And I want to understand, like, from y'all, when it comes to your mom and your dad, like each one, like, what kind of relationship do you have with your parents?
Shit, I ain't got no relationship with my mama at all no more. That shit dead.
Completely, just like you done with it?
Dead. You hear me? She living, but she dead. You hear me? Because our relationship is dead. Done.
Wow. People can relate with that.
No, and she used to be my best friend, but that shit is done.
It's gone.
It ain't no more.
It's no like repairing it.
No,
from a distance.
Her, my grandmama, none of that shit. That whole side of the family dead to me. Fuck them. Except for maybe two people. Other than that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't got no love for me, my kids, none of that shit. So I've learned in my life that you take care of the ones that take care of you. You feel? You care about the ones that care about you. So that's how I'm living my life. But my daddy's side, I fuck with my daddy's side now. When I was a kid, I didn't fuck with my daddy at all because he wasn't in my life.
Mm-hmm.
When I finally got to know my dad, we grew closer. So,
so y'all are still cool.
My mom turned on me. My grandmama turned on me. And I ain't never did nothing to neither one of these women ever.
Yeah.
But love them and care about them. You feel what I'm saying? Never disrespected them. None of that. But for some reason, they felt it to shun me out. But I've always been the black sheep on that side of the family anyway. So I knew it was going to come eventually. You feel me?
Yeah. So when you have that kind of breakup, Packy, like, do you tell yourself basically, like, do you mourn the relationship? Like, the mom I used to have is gone.
I wish it was back how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? But once my granddad died, like, I felt like I lost my mama and my grandmama because they both shitted on me. Like, I'm not here. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, shit, fuck it. It is what it is. That's what it is now, you know? And it's been like that since 2021.
Wow.
You know, I'll be saying that, you know, to people sometimes, because there's like a unhealthy attachment to family sometimes. Like when you don't have a good relationship with certain people in your family, you feel like you still have to tolerate them or be around them just because they are family. But if it's something that pertains to protecting your energy or protecting who you are, protecting your family, then you shouldn't think about it in the sense where you have to be around these people, you have to involve yourself with these people just because they family. It don't matter if they friends or family. If you need to distance yourself or if you need to get away from those people or not communicate with those people, then it is what it is, and everybody's situation is different. You know what I'm saying? It just because
and your physical and all of that, that's not good for your kids, your household, nothing. You can't function like that. So what you got to do is get rid of that baggage. You feel me?
Yeah. Chris P has a question for you, Pac G. He asked, "Are your siblings close with your mom?"
Shit, my sister is. It's only me and my sister. So I mean, she was real close with her until she started doing the shit towards me. So now her and my sister, shit, like they not like close like they used to be at all. So
so it's kind of like splintering the family. That sucks. What about you, GMS? Like, what is your relationships with your mom and your dad?
Relationship with my mom has always been good with me. You know, we've, you know, of course, growing up, you had your clashes because, you know, you're a teenager, you think you know certain things, or you think that, you know, certain things is cool. And, you know, I had my rebellious stage, but it's never been a point where me and my mom have never been close to one another, and I couldn't call my mom and, you know, us be there for you. She's always been there for me regardless. You know what I'm saying? My mom is just she's a super mom to me and all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 older brothers, and my mom has continued, like, no matter what has happened in the past, you know what I'm saying? My mom and my dad got a divorce when I was young, like 5 or 6 years old. So from that point on, she was, you know, just raising me and my 2 brothers and keeping us active in sports. Like, I played basketball from 2nd grade all the way up to my senior year in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, same with my brothers, every single one of them. Every single one of my older brothers graduated. You know, my other brother graduated from Iowa State, you know what I'm saying, with honors.
Wow.
And this is all with, you know, my mom continuing to keep us moving forward and pushing us forward to do what we need to do. And she, you know, certain things wasn't an option. You know what I'm saying? If you're not working, you got to be in school.
Yeah.
If you're not in school, you got to be working. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So she instilled that shit young. And I think just her resilience and knowing that she was going through shit, but not letting that stop her from being a parent to 3 boys and allowing us to, you know, grow up and learn our lessons and shit. I really commend her on that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, my mom is going through, you know, chemo right now. I got to bring her to chemo every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's going through a lot, been dealing with cancer for several years. You know what I'm saying? And my grandma passed away a few years ago. She was, you know, somebody who was helping take care of my mom. So, and she was, you know, everybody was, you know, close to grandma you know, in the family. So when she passed, I was like, you know, real hard on my family. So just seeing how that affected them and seeing how that, you know, was hard on everybody. It still is hard on everybody. But, you know, the way that my family moves, you know, we still make it a point to, you know, try to get around each other and have family dinners, especially the ones that live here. You know, I got family that's in Gary right now. So we, you know, go out there when we have a chance to, but we try to stay as close as we can and being on group chats and shit like that. And, you know, staying in communication with each other and just, you know, spreading love as much as we can. That's kind of always been our foundation. It's never been a time where my mom's side and everybody over here wasn't close. Now, when it comes to my dad,
it feels like the story's about to take a change. Okay, go ahead.
That shit is different for me because I was like my dad's sidekick when I was little. Like, I remember like always trying to go with him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like rehearsals, because he's a bass player. So I'm, you know, trying to go to rehearsals with him. I'm trying to go to church with him. I'm trying to go, if he's trying to go to the store real quick, I'm trying to go with him there. Like, he was bringing me everywhere. So it was a huge turn of events at a young age when all that shit stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I held on to a lot of resentment, you know, because my dad left and, you know, started a new family and was taking care of a different family and wasn't taking care of this over here. And as I got older, as I got older, it, you know, of course, when you're young, it's like, you know, why are my mom and my dad not together? Why is you know? But then when you get older and start realizing certain shit, then you start moving from there to, I don't give a fuck about them being together. Why weren't you trying to prepare me for life ahead? Why weren't you trying to introduce me to these skills that you got that helped you become successful in life? How could you bear in your soul you being well off in life, but not trying to introduce, not giving a handout, but introducing your sons to the things that you do to stabilize them in life the same way that you are. You could have taught us the things that you know now, or the work that you do that you've been doing for 20, 30 years. Those are things that you could have taught us to put us in position to succeed, that had nothing to do with the past relationship that you had with our mom.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to give this grace, because me and my dad have recently become good.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
We're on good terms and shit. And you know, seeing them after a while, like, I know something's up, I know something's wrong, and he not saying it.
You think it's a health thing going on?
Oh yeah. My dad is small, like he's getting small.
Oh God.
And I'm not, you know, I haven't asked him what's going on or anything like that. So I just kind of, I let it be what it is. But I know the issues, like there's no closeness. Like once my dad and mom separated, his side of the family separated. They didn't reach out. They weren't trying to, you know, find out how we were doing. It wasn't my aunties reaching out, keeping a relationship. Our cousins, like I got a couple cousins on my dad's side who I still, you know, follow and, you know, communicate with every once in a while. But for the most part, if I was to see one of my uncles or aunties on my dad's side, it would be like running into a stranger.
Really?
Yeah. Like there's no relationship there. Not even with my grandma on that side. Like when my dad's dad passed away, I wasn't like my grandpa died. It was like, oh, like
you didn't feel nothing.
Like he was in Milwaukee. He lived in Milwaukee.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, my cousin mama, which is my mama's sister, flipped on him too, and he don't fuck with him. Yeah. I don't know what it is or what's going on, like, but I talk to him all the time. That's my cousin Brandon, and this nigga is like fucking high school championship basketball coach. Like I'm talking about all kind of accolades. I'm talking about fucking societies and shit for autistic kids because he got an autistic son, and like this nigga be doing all kind of shit because it's one of them. You feel me? Like his burnt on him too, and that's my mama.
I just feel like there wasn't a.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
For my situation, I just feel like it wasn't a authentic relationship there. Like I love my dad, and I don't wish any harm or wish bad or anything like that, but it just wasn't a authentic relationship there. Like it was a lot of animosity there. Like, you know, resentment, animosity. There was shit that we didn't get off our chest. It was shit that, you know, I assume he was just trying to bury in the background just so everything would be good. But it's like when shit is there, it's there. You either address it or it is what it is. But
yeah,
you know,
let me ask y'all another question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that, you know, me and him are on good terms now.
That's good.
And, you know,
yeah.
So I'm gonna ask y'all another question in this same vein, right? So I've learned recently, I did not know this, that the love for your children does not necessarily come automatically or easy for some men. Do y'all think that as children, we really do love our parents automatically, or is it that we just need them and want their acceptance and their love? Like, do we actually really just love our parents no matter what?
It depends on how they raise you. It depends on their caring and nurturing ways. Like if they were to be the type of parent where from birth they were just nurturing and they were there for you and they were doing everything, that's that natural love that you will build for them. You still have to build it, but it's gonna be there because of how they treat you. I think it'll be a disconnect if your parent wasn't being a nurturing parent or being there for you or doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There would be a disconnect.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have a parent like emotionally attached like that, I don't think that you're gonna grow up like that with that parent. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a few things in the house that's missing, and love is definitely gonna be one of them.
Yeah,
it is. I agree with that, Packy. Look at y'all, friend. AP talking about y'all better not get therapy. That would be rainbow. Listen. This is our therapy. Exactly. Like talking to each other.
Hey, Chris P asked a question. He said, GMS, what's Gary really like? Gary is
you want to go there, it's dirty.
hey, not too much on the G.
Well, 32, nigga. Shit. Look, all these things like this dirty. Detroit dirty. Gary dirty. The whole Midwest. We're gonna sweat through this motherfucker,
bro. He's right. No, like it's a. I love Gary for the people, man, because you know it's a small place. Everybody pretty much knows everybody. The family and the people that you grew up there with, or the people that you've known your whole life, are basically family. Like I didn't realize that certain people weren't my actual blood cousins till I was in my late 20s, because it was like I was like, oh wait, you. Cousin. Oh, okay. I was just been calling you my cousin my whole life, nigga. Shit. But everybody's so close out there, and it's a wild looking place in certain areas. I'm not gonna lie, it's wild. And the most recent time I went there was, you know, for my grandma's funeral. I'm telling you, man, it looks like every inch of every block is abandoned. I'm talking about schools, multiple schools boarded up. Businesses boarded up, gas stations boarded up. Same, like it's like a few mom and pop restaurants that still stand out there, but it's like it's a ghost town. They're trying to rebuild it.
Milwaukee is on its way, nigga.
Man, that's scary.
We got
that's a scary feeling, man.
Walgreens, nigga.
You got what?
Abandoned Walgreens. You know Walgreens, the pharmacy store.
That's my favorite.
How does that even happen? them niggas find a way to stay open.
This motherfucker, you hear me? It's old abandoned schools, plenty of abandoned houses. Milwaukee gonna be there soon, GMS. I know, right behind y'all, nigga.
That's crazy.
CL said
they still stealing kids, nigga.
CL said, just remember the scene in Jackson 5 where they were moving those cinder blocks. That's the best thing to do in Gary. Look, I'm telling you, if you didn't work in the steel mill, or if you didn't work in one of these factories, man, I don't know what you had to be doo-wopping on the street, nigga, because it was too many fucking options.
You better be making beer or working at a chocolate factory or something.
He said they called you cousin because you had the bag on you. They just wanted to free. They want to smoke free.
That's a fact.
Oh, nigga, I used to always smuggle a pack out there, man. That shit was always fun to smoke because they have nothing but dookie out there. You know what I'm saying? They have nothing but the Schwinag. So when I came out there, they were like, "Oh shit, quad out here, nigga. We finna be smoking Zaza, nigga. We got the fire on that. Niggas be smoking half the blunt, be on the ground, pass the fuck out."
So I think his theory might be true. And I do want to read what Dollar Bill said as far as love, right, for the parents. So Dollar Bill said real love is when you get older and look back. And also when you see yourself in similar situations and use them as a guide, even though as a child you would have been mad. Do y'all track with that? Is it something that you have to reflect on? You don't really know it in the moment, but it's something you can look back on.
I mean, there are things you can look back on, you know, stuff you can always remember and never forget. You feel what I'm saying? But that goes with good and bad.
You think about how many people have truly found an appreciation for their parents or their parent after they grew up and started facing some of the same challenges that their parents faced and had to overcome shit and wonder, damn, how did my mom do this with 3 boys? Nigga, I only got 1 child. How the fuck am I struggling? So, like, it's certain shit that you look back on and be like, man, I should have listened to that or should have did that. And knowing things, and I know it's even more frustrating when you know things and because you've been through it, but then somebody younger than you who is trying to get into this shit you trying to tell them the outcome, and they feel like they know better than you, or they feel like they're gonna be okay in the outcome, and then you sitting there frustrated as hell because you can't get through to them because they keep doing the same dumb shit.
What people don't realize in life also though is that the best teacher in life is your own experience.
Yes.
So always remember that and roll with that, man.
Yeah. I agree. Stoney James said fathers have to work for the love that we give our mothers freely. Now, since you both are fathers, do you agree with that? Or even think about yourself as a child. Do you feel like that was your experience, that like you didn't necessarily feel like you loved your dad because of whatever your relationship was with him, but no matter what mom did at the time as a child, did you feel like it was fine?
Nah, my mom was great at not trying to make us hate our dad because of their situation. My mom never talked down on my dad when we were growing up. She probably had every reason to for certain things that he did, but she didn't do that. She wanted us to develop our own relationship with him. Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why certain things was kind of fucked up, because, you know, on that side, they probably felt like my mom was trying to encourage us not to like them or not to mess with them or saying bad things about them, so that could be a justification for how we were acting. But it was like, nah, we just be around y'all and we see how shit is, and we don't really fuck with y'all because we be around y'all and we just don't fuck with that.
We don't fuck around like that. Yeah, y'all be on
so
bullshit.
It is what it is.
We ain't on that.
With all due respect, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just telling my story.
He said, y'all making me realize my parents truly loved us deeply. Too bad they were both fuck ups. Respectfully. Yeah, no. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, like for me, right? Like when it comes to my mom and dad, I do feel like I always loved my dad, even though he wasn't present as I was growing up. But I feel like I loved him. Maybe it was just I just wanted acceptance so bad, and I just wanted him to care about me. I don't know. But definitely with my mom, because she was a very, and still is a very nurturing person. You know, like in my family, they always laugh when we get together, like the cousins, because she kisses everyone, you know, on the cheek. So they're like, oh, you done seen Auntie Pam because you got the lipstick on you, you know, you've been with Pam. So that's the joke, you know, because she's always hugging and kissing on people. You know, she was the type of mom that would fall asleep reading to me, you know, every night. She made sure I went to the right schools. Like, oh, we moved over here. It's kind of hood. Hell no. I'm going to write a letter to the county. I need you to go to a different school. Like, she was just very serious about being a mom. And so I'm very lucky for that. And even as a grown person, I cannot leave her house without her trying to give me something. Like, do you need this pot? Like, hey, I got some new towels. Do you need a hand towel? I'm like, a hand towel? Mom, I don't need this. Like, look, I got you some perfume. Like, that's just how she is. And like now my dad, you know, he and I think I've talked about this on here before, about maybe 12 years ago or so. We mended our relationship, and he apologized for everything. And so we are tight as hell. Like, we actually got a little lunch date coming up to go get some oxtails.
Good shit. Good
shit. You know, it's good, but it's not easy. And I'm not a parent myself. I'm not going to have children, but I definitely wanted to hear, like, you know, y'all thoughts on that. So,
oh yeah. Well, that was a nice little release.
Oh. Y'all feel better. Yeah. Sometimes you got to talk to your friends. Look at Packy. Packy is such a hard worker, y'all. He be waking up early, working late. So we can listen. We can end it there. Let's end it there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. We really appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love. You know, we all will be here next week, God willing. And, you know, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the video, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace. 3G's out.